Hello world, this is JWP, J Ward Primo Beats, coming to you live from my home studio. For around 20 years, I've been mixing and mastering music, rapping, songwriting, recently started singing, along with everything else that goes with music production, such as graphic design, editing, photo editing, video editing, and for around 15 years, I've been using SynthEdit to make my own audio plugins. Check out my website, jwpsite.com, for my social links, latest news and updates, and public offerings. My Twitch, JWP Stream, Facebook, JWP Meta, YouTube at JWPTube. If you'd like to help support what I do, check out my Patreon, JWP Patreon. That's with 2 P's. There's exclusive content there for making your own audio plugins in SynthEdit, my GoFundMe, JWP Fund, or my PayPal, jwpmas@gmail.com. Likes, comments, subscribes, follows, whatever makes you click are appreciated. I'll be continuing along, remixing, remastering some of my older beats in FL Studio. However, for some reason, my display capture isn't working, so I'm going to figure out what's going on there. If I switch to it, it's like nothing, right? Yeah. What in the hell? I think I just have to reset it. This happens sometimes. I don't know why. There it is. I just had to turn it off. Close that. Right, set the line. Just going through my windows, making sure everything that doesn't need to be open isn't opened. And then, once last I left off, I was swearing and complaining about things, so that'll continue. And I was looking at doing some compression, some recompression on WalkWithMe, because everything needs to be reprocessed as things were not up to spec. I'm using the boost here, and I got these ugly roll-offs, and so I'll come back to the bass drum and the bass. I should say the kick drum. Big drum. Kilobyte drum. Kick drum, and where's the bass? Oh, the bass is part of the piano, right? There's another thing too. Should I darken the bass or the piano? That's one of the questions I've had for myself. All right, so I'll come back to the other instruments just because I got to find their unity, right? And I got to cut through the other instruments, which there isn't really much of. So yeah, Parametric Equalizer 2 isn't that great. It does truncate. I'm doing my best not to swear about it, so I don't have to put my video under 18 only. Okay, so reset here. Compressor. This is a rhythm instrument. It's called Rhythm. Turn off gain. And yeah, as I've learned, this doesn't roll off anymore. As I've learned, the compressor, so what I do sometimes, what I like to do is I like to drive into this 10, right? I'll find, as well, let's get rid of this PEQ2. Sweet spots. What is this, guitar? Yeah, electric guitar. Replace that garbage PEQ2 because it truncates. So I mean, to the average listener, that's not a big deal. However, why pay like $300, $500 for something like Isotope, which has its, advanced dithering, if you're using PEQ2 and it's truncating before the dither even has a chance to do anything? As well, I just realized I have dither on. I have PEQ2 on the way out too. So you gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna do there. Like, I don't have a backup equalizer. I almost want to use PEQ1, but I don't know if it's, I think we still got this up here too, right? What is... It's been so long since I've used this thing. It looks like there's a bump up there. Okay. Well, I mean, Maximus, or not Maximus, who's on? Maximus has a low cut. Right? Yeah, low cut, but there's no high cut. I guess. Where is it? Convolver? Is it just called Convolver? No, look at all these things, man. Convolver right here. Okay, so this might work. Linear phase, long latency, long compensated. And then these aren't the presets. Okay, so yeah, like This is such a precise cut too. Something like that. Oh, look at this thing. I'll make it like this. It's my signature. I call it shaky hand. Right? But convolvers usually ring up top too, right? What does this do? It's impulse loudness, really? Whatever it is, pretty normalized. That's not an option. Wow, eh? I can't just roll things off. And it's like taking away, you know, it's like taking away a mechanic's wrench. Like, what am I supposed to do now? Ozone? But ozone comes after everything. I could bring in ozone before. Ozone EQ, EQ. And then I can switch them out right now because it only has one. You got to choose between it. It's, why do EQs do that? Like, why can't you have both analog and digital? I know that, what's it called, has that. I don't even remember what the name is of it. I don't use it, so. But it's like a transient process, a transient and a regular equalizer, and then you can switch between them. Plus, it has linear phase and minimal phase per band, right? I think I might have to make because yeah, minimal phase is better on the top, whereas linear phase is better in the bottom. I mean, I could probably make one like really fast right now, right? Production value like 3%. But that's not where I am anyways, so I'll deal with that when I get to that point. For now, let's just make it to engagement here with this. Where does the guitar start? It's like here. Okay. Then too high, right? Because engagement is at 10. I'm just going to turn this off right now. And find engagements. So between like here and there. Okay, so I'm mostly looking here. There's a few notes that spike up, but my baseline looks about here. So I could probably come up like 3. That's that. I feel like that should be good for engagement, right? And I'll also open the scope here. Okay, now I can start driving. And I have to keep in mind, right? So I've just learned that I'm bumping up against the limiter, and then I'm, you know, compressing too. So, you know, at that little window to find my sweet spot, right? For the compression here. I guess I should have given fair warning. It's going to get loud. That's without any compression, right? So let's turn the compressor on now. Now I'm likely hitting, you know, the top of it, that limiter. We can almost probably even listen to see where that point is. Just waiting for my indicators to come back. There they are. Okay. So I'm in engagement here. And as I push, it's compressing, right? So now I'm hitting the limiter here. So at this point, there's the limiter. Right? It's warbly. So yeah, like compared to like an actual compressor, right? So if I go into a limiter here and I remove the limiter, for example, just push the ceiling all the way up to plus 12. I think that's actually only half of 24-bit. I think 24-bit reaches up to 24-bit. I think it reaches up to 24, 26, 24-bit audio. Headspace. Mm-hmm. How much headroom? 24-bit integer wave has 0 dB of headroom. It will clip if you store an audio file that goes above 0. No, it doesn't. What? Goes high. Let's see. There's a picture. All right, so right here. Okay, dB full scale digital clipping. Really though? What is this? Analog system plus 24. Okay, so I got it mixed up, I guess. Really? So if I push out a file and it goes beyond 0, I don't believe that. Decibel full scale. I'm gonna test this out here. So let's drop everything here. Okay. I don't have really a measurement sort of thing. Because this is like stuck here, right? And like, obviously if I push past 24, it's gonna clip. So let's just see here. And I'm becoming in. Why is that still so low? What happened there? Let's wait for those needles to come back here. Or indicators. Get it there. Okay, so I'm just going to push into like a little above the 3 here. Okay, so I'm above 3 now. And I'm not like exceeding 24 bits. It'd actually be more helpful to kind of just bring the whole thing there, right? So let's go ahead and just turn off the compressor. It's off. Limiter, let's say 12. That's fine, right? So and let's push into that. How is it already pushing into it? Okay, actually it's way up there, right? So let's go all the way up there. And actually we'll compress it too. So ratio, attack, release. Okay, and then I'm gonna drive just so we got like a flat response sort of thing. And we're still kind of really low. This? There's 0. Well, then it just sounds like it's distorted anyway. And let's try like this. Okay, I'm gonna have to do like a complete test here. Because if I push into, 0, if I'm doing, like my outputs and stuff, I gotta know if there's distortion there. So let's bring in oscillator. Like I thought, 16-bit does that, but I didn't know 24-bit does that. Okay, so just like that, right? Then, truncating won't really matter here. So I'm just gonna use BEQ2. Too loud. Here, gotta wait for the indicators. Okay. Let's push in a little bit more here, about 5. Get rid of that spike. Get rid of that spike. Let's use the envelope here. That's fine. Let's turn it down a bit. Spike is still pretty much there. Some tension. As I do that, this thing. There we go. Hardcore. Hold. That's fine. Okay, so then I export that as a wave here. And I'll just throw that right on my desktop, I guess. I'll sort here. Okay, so I know where it is. This is 24-bit test. And 24-bit. Okay, doesn't need dithering pattern. This looks okay. Go. Okay, now let's look at RX here. And load that up. Okay, quick access. I mean, it should demonstrate saturation, right? Or something. It does. It literally does. So 24 bits, if you save it and it pushes past 0, will actually distort. That's news to me. I thought there was 24 bit of headspace. Well, that sucks. So I guess I got to be careful. But in the DAW it doesn't, right? So because the DAW is 32-bit. And I just closed. I closed my test. So what happens with 32-bit then? What kind of? There must be headspace there. It's 32-bit audio headspace. Let's see if there's just an image. What is all this extra stuff? 32-bit audio heads. Yeah, like why? If I put 24 bits, I get that. This, right? So where does this come from? And why doesn't 32-bit show me something like that? Not that easy, is it? They don't make it very easy, do they? What's this? What's that? Why is it so small? What? Meditation. Oh, headspace. Okay. So is there a 32-bit picture? No. Okay, so I gotta do this test again here. Same thing. Just a sinusoid, and then just gonna push it again. I gotta set up that envelope again. This is fine. I'll just use that because it's already loaded. Kill the good decay, full that, bring realist in, that, and that's fine where it is, and then go. Okay. So let's crank this. Oh, too much. Okay. And export again, wave, and then here. Where did my other one go? Okay, so it's actually back here, right? So 24 bits, let's try 32 bits. 24 bits, goes 32 bits. Okay, go back into RX here. Okay, open. Of course it opens that. Open this. Okay, so here's sort of 32-bit test. It's really loud for me. I'm gonna turn it down, and here we go. It's still saturating, eh? So digital just can't make it past 0. I never knew that. I thought, there was extra headspace, especially for 32 bits. I don't know how to shrink this decimal range here. Oh, there we go. So it looks like it's there. I don't know why it's moving so much. Yeah, it looks like it's there, but it is saturating. I wonder if I turn it down. Is there a gainer? Or just normalize, right? That would be the right thing to use, normalize. So does that saturate? Maybe it's just... Okay, so that's still holding together. Let's try 32 bits. I think it's just, normalize this. Yeah, that doesn't look like it does, though. No. Okay, so 32-bit looks like it stores the value. I think just my hardware is pushing it out when it's too loud. Isotope is doing clipping at, this interface isn't 32-bit, right? I guess, I don't even know what the interface is. It says it's 32-bit float down here, but if it can't go past 0, then it's not really demonstrating it, right? So that's an interesting kind of distortion, too, at the same time, right? What is that? Just clipping then? Digital clipping, right? Man. Okay, so 32 bits. Yeah, I'm not even gonna explain. So the system is there. Can't handle exports past there. So you. Okay, so back here again. Compressor. So as I drive into the limiter, right? I'm driving into the limiter. Some changes. And then what I'm usually doing, I guess, is I'm breaking the limiter. So continue to do that. Okay, so the limiter's starting to click out. Almost, well, actually it is, I think. Let's reel it in a bit. 15. 2.5, 3, 4.5. Turn that off. Here's 30. None. Okay, so I can't really hear that very well. Headphones here. Sounds warbly. Okay, so if I keep an eye here, I can tell when I'm starting to hit that limiter, right? And it probably might be where the attack is coming from. No, that's the compressor. Let's see it. Okay. Hit that limiter now. Okay, so there's the sort of body of everything with lots of attack. I feel like this is a nice middle point here, so I'm gonna go there. And then I'll move this guy down here, reset these, and then just find a nice level. There isn't really anything to compare it to, so I'm just gonna have to kind of set it somewhere, right? There's not enough instruments here to create a soundscape yet. So let's move it down. That's really loud. Let's bring it down. I'm gonna bring it down rather. And somewhere probably around here. Just so it sticks out past, 36 is my baseline. 30, I could actually probably come up a little more, but I'll do that later, I guess. Not the piano, the bass. Actually, we'll move the clap instead. Snare. Okay. So this can go. That's garbage. Close that. What is this? Why does it say no? So I'm just going to replace this with a compressor, right? Just want to get rid of that name. Doesn't get rid of that name. Okay, so delete that. Actually, I could probably just rename it. No, not that. Annoying. Delete and then add back. This is drums. Turn off this gainer. Then, yeah. So I'm not even really compressing. I'm compressing a little bit and then I'm like limiting mostly. That would true. Okay, so engagement 12.5. This is a snare. Actually, I'll do a quick BRB. All right, back to the snare here. What was I doing? Onto the snare. Okay, so unison. It's gonna be my headphones. Keep it popping out. $400 headphones and like 300, 200, whatever. I don't know, expensive ass headphones and keep popping out. Okay, unison. This can take a hike, but completely thanks. Engagement 12.5. Okay, that should be good-ish. Oh, a little more. Okay, and then start to drive here. I don't really care where it meets compressor or limiter. I didn't care before. Why should I care now? So let's drive here. Then drive some more. A whole lot of static here. It's pretty extreme. Here we kind of get a little bit of that reverb or that release, right? So let's reel it in. Here's without anything. And just have a short piece. So I want more of that attack. None of that decay. So when do I lose that decay? There. Okay. Then bring it to a comfortable level. Drop this. I don't even care what it looks like anymore. Down here. Come there. So it's still a little loud. I might have to move it around later. Come down 1, 2. Still too loud. Let's go down here. One more up. Okay, it's actually, yeah, one more up is fine. So when the multi-hits happen, it changes like the loudness, but that's fine. It's just gonna have to be there. Let's move the piano instead. Where do I want to be here? The clap. Let's jump on that clap. Okay. Drop the snare for now, and then I'll sort of match them later. Let's get rid of this. What is even this? Okay, so that's a targeting system, right? So this is snare here. I'll match that just because that's what's already there. So it's what, 7 here? And turn this on. Now I want to boost how many? Wow, that's quite a bit. 15. Let's do some snapping here. Okay, what is that? 784. What key is that? What key am I in? Oh, I feel kind of sick, man. D. Don't know where the root is. Is that in fact a D? 784. No. E maybe? No. Why is it boosting? I wouldn't notice that. 784 G. So am I at G root? D major G root? I think. Question mark. Let's see. I'm gonna find out. So I just want piano, I think. Drop everything here, drop everything there, back. So that first note there. Let's look at the patterns. Piano patterns. I gotta find it. Where's the first note? Wouldn't it be for? I gotta look at the arrangement here. Zoom out the pattern here, right? It comes in late. What is this? B. Okay, what is this? F sharp G. Okay, so it is G, root neat G. Okay, and I'll set this to notes. I got to turn frequencies on, or harmonics rather, and then that's G what? So we're looking at this. Yeah. No, this. Okay. 784 key G5. Okay. G5. And this is in fact 784. Yes. Okay. Boosted. So I can kill this now. What is this? Nothing. Roll off. I don't think I can do that on here. I mean, I can send it to nowhere. I can send part of it nowhere. Just kind of pull the band up and then just send it to nowhere. We'll see. So I'm going to drop this one. And let's see what we got here. It doesn't sound the same at all. Let's try it with the PQ. Way different. Probably because of these slopes. Right? So let's change the slopes a bit here and see if we can get a different sound. Open it up. A little bit, but not by much. What's the width? Oh, we'll open the width up. A little bit more similar. Yeah, quite a bit more similar. Okay. I guess I can open up the top end here. Link off. This is the bottom. Let's see what that sounds like. No. Let's hear what that sounds like. Let's open up the top. Yeah. So just keep it where it is. Okay. Can't open the width any further on the band itself. I did say I was going to do a roll off here. So let's try roll off. Never done this before. So band 1 up to where? What's it set here? Which one is in fact the roll off? How does that work? Okay, so not a clue. 6271? Weird. So it looks like the roll off is at about 500, so it's already set to 500. Let's send that nowhere then. Not sure if that worked. Let's push on it. No, it didn't. Okay, mute. Yeah, that worked. Okay, so if I turn off mute, get some extra stuff down there, turn it on. It's gone, right? And if I boost it, okay. So it's a nice way of getting a roll off. Perhaps I can use that, I guess, but it's still not linear phase on the bottom. Does that matter? Not really. Interestingly enough. Okay. Sweet spots to the rescue, man. Okay, so that's done. Comparing to the original here. Turn this off. Okay, and then new one. Oh, the original. Of course, that sounds better. I think it's too boosted. It looks like it's too boosted. Yeah, it's a bit too boosted. Okay. I don't know why there's such a difference. Probably because of this roll off. it's actually dropping this way down. So this only looks like 9 decibels of boost, right? So let's try that. Yeah, it's a bit better. So that's the new one. It's the old one. It's a little flatter. Bring it down a bit. It's a bit better. Okay, so a little more as it used to be. Get rid of this now. Then bring in that compressor here. Not sure I'm going to be able, yeah, it should be fine if I change the input output. However, just to make sure, I'm going to use the output instead here to come to, let's get rid of this. I don't like that naming there. Where's none? Delete. I haven't even been using the FL10 that much. I don't know why I'm looking for none. Like I'm not mixing in FL10. Why did I expect to see none? Compressor. And I'm out of time. I just realized like I'm actually past time. So I'll have to come back and compress this snare later. Where it's at. Check out my website, jwpsite.com for my social links, latest news and update, public offerings, my Twitch, JWP stream, Facebook, JWP Meta, YouTube at JWPtube. If you'd like to help support what I do, check out my Patreon, JWP Patreon, that's with 2 P's. My GoFundMe, JWP Fund, or my PayPal, jwpmas@gmail.com. Likes, comments, subscribes, follows, whatever makes you click are appreciated. Thanks for watching. Until next time.